What's going on, YouTube? Look what we got going. Right, we got the one-wheel burner Mustang going. How about that? Well, camera lady, follow me to the driveway. We'll tell you what we done here in just a second. Alright? There you go. Alright. Today's your lucky day. You remember how we always talk about the Mustang getting fixed, the Mustang this, always talking about the Mustang. But today is a new day because it's now running, it's rolling, and I'm gonna roll my window up real quick. Alright. So I've had a few people saying that POS car that doesn't drive down the road, well, it's running and driving down the road. How about that? It's always ran. This thing has always ran. The problem I had is that I needed tires for the car. I was going to get a set of rims for it, but I decided not to get a set of rims for right now, just because of budget right now. And then also, the rear brakes needed to be fixed. It needed new pads. It needed new rotor, and the sliders on the brake caliper was stuck. And I don't have to show you a video how to do that. There is more than plenty of videos on YouTube to show you how to fix a stuck brake caliper. Alright, so I had to put all that on the rear, put new shocks, new struts all the way around. Car's still lowered. Car was lowered when I bought it. If you set it next to an average normal Mustang, you could tell the car's been lowered. And this is a 98, as some people don't know on the channel. This is a 98. It has a V6. It's not much of a Mustang, but I can say for a V6 5-speed manual Mustang, it does scoot for a little V6. Ford knew what they were doing back in 98. The newer V6s now that they move like a V8. And the V8s, I mean, they're even better than what they were back then. So a car this old, 20 plus years old, so they knew what they were doing back then. Stay with the original rims that came on the car. They look pretty shabby. I just freshened them up, sanded them up a little bit, and then I just put a real good spray paint on them for like high temp and stuff like that. And then I freshened up the pony on the front, and the pony needed a little bit of a facelift because the grill on it was a grill on there. But basically what it is, I took the same paint that I used for the wheels, and I hit the grill. It's a honeycomb grill, so I went ahead and took it off, and somebody used zip ties to hold it in. I said, well, figured why not? It's already had zip ties on it once, why not put more on? And of course we cleaned the pony up too. I am planning on eventually probably replacing the headlights. These are just, they could probably be buffed out too. I'm gonna look at my options, but I might try to buff them out and see what we can get, and then, the fog lights, I got them working for a hot second, but for some reason they're not working now. I don't know. I changed the bulbs and they're not working anymore. I don't know why. And I got to look at the wiring, fix the wiring on it, and now they're not working again. So probably got to rewire all that for those lights, and I'm like, screw it. I'll just keep driving it for right now. But as you see, the Mustang is now fixed. It is running. I was going to do an unveiling probably earlier last week, but I wanted to make sure that it was going to run real good. And I don't want to do a video if something is not right. So I wanted to make sure everything was together before I showed you the car. I did somewhat of a video before, but it wasn't the greatest video. So this has a 3.8 V6 Mustang, well, Ford engine in it, sorry. And then also it has a 5-speed manual transmission in it. If you don't believe it's a 5-speed, I know there's critics out there. You know, it is a 5-speed manual. For those new generation, a manual is a thing that you got to grab and shift and push the pedal on the floor. So this is the inside of the car. I put a stereo in it because the stereo in it was busted. It has an amp in the back, an Alpine amp, along with a Kenwood subwoofer. It came in with the car when I bought the car. She has 117,000 miles on it, actual miles, minus 20, somewhere around there. I had to stop driving it because I realized the odometer quit working. My wife's phone likes to go off when we're doing a video. That's awesome, along with her watch. But anyway, the problem I had with the odometer on the car is as I was driving down the road, it was reading miles per hour, but it wasn't reading how long I was driving down the road. So basically, you weren't knowing how many 117,000 miles and some change was going on the car. So after a while, I drove it a couple times to work, and I realized that this thing is not reading after 100 miles. It just, of owning it, it just quit working on the knowing how many miles is on the car. So I did some research, and I decided, and I found that there is a kit you can get. All you gotta do is take the cluster out. I tried to do a video on that. That got out the water. And basically there is a little gear inside there, 2 little gears, and they're made of a plastic. And you have to pop the old ones out inside the cluster, put the new ones in, and don't turn the dial back, you know, for you guys like to play little fraud games, but I didn't do that. You know, I was being very safe in everything I was doing. And I put the wheels back in, fixed all that, and basically they deteriorate over years, and that's why the odometer didn't work on that part. So that's all said and done. Motor needs cleaned a little bit because from it sitting for 2 to 3 years, it's got some dirt and stuff. I pretty much, all I did was wash it, and that's it, because it's set in the garage, and my camera lady is not getting the motions of the garage. Hey, she's getting it now. Awesome. So that's what's going on with the Mustang. Now, if my camera lady will shine around the area of the driveway, what's missing in the driveway? Is it up front? No. What are we looking for, y'all? It's missing. What's missing? What's missing in the driveway? Well, I'm happy to say Petey is no longer on the channel. I had to let Petey go for financial reasons. A lot of you guys see me working on that truck all the time. And basically what was going on was I was trying to restore the truck while I was working. And then eventually it became an obsession. So I said, I have a choice. Let the truck go, sell it, start on something else. Semi trucks are expensive, very expensive. So I figured this is cheaper, right? Cars are a little bit cheaper. This is the cheapest car you can start with a base and trick it out if you want. I might do a little more tricking with the Mustang. And the thing with the Pete was it needed a good home to where someone could do the extra work, where someone had the money to do that. And trying to balance a business, a family life, and maintaining a truck, it's hard work. And I know some of you viewers respect me for that, have mad respect for you guys. Like, I'm for you, brother, you know. Give me a good old thumbs up, you know, if you understand where I'm coming from, because family comes first. I said that in my last video when I said thinking about selling the Pete. She's finally gone. I mean it. She is actually gone off the channel. I sold her here a few hours ago. It was hard. It was bittersweet, but it was hard to let it go. that was my home for quite some time. It was a truck I drove as a company driver, and now I owned it as an owner-operator for a couple years. I said I'd never get rid of it, but I figured I got to do what's right. So the person behind the camera is my number one, and she's awesome. She's my wife, and she's thinking about doing a YouTube channel possibly. But I just wanted to let you all know that, you know, I'm still out trucking. I'm actually working for a great and wonderful company. If you could kind of make out my shirt a little bit, but I'm working for a company not too far from home. Great and wonderful company, and they pour concrete is what they do for trucking. And I'm home every night in my own bed, and everybody that's over the road knows that it's getting really crazy out there right now with how people are, and I just didn't feel safe. So for you guys that don't know, I felt so unsafe. I had to carry some protection on me, and I'm not gonna go talk about my pew-pews, but I felt the need I had to have something with me at the time. Yes, I came clean. Yes, I carried a pew-pew when I rode around the road just for my own safety, and I had some pretty close calls where I almost had to pull that baby up. I didn't carry a pistol, I carried a rifle with me of some sort, but that's what I did. Anyway, back to on talking about the Pete. It's going to a good home. They're out of Ohio. They haul steel. Told the guy that I sold it to, I said, hey man, when you get it repainted and stuff and it's all tricked out, send me a picture. I would love to see it, and I'll print it off and show you guys what she looks like when it's all said and done. He's telling me, yeah, we're gonna paint it, make it look good, do a few things. Either that, he's just gonna scrap it, use the parts off it. I don't know, but you know, I mean, at least I know it's going somewhere where it's gonna be taken care of, you know, possibly. I really don't care what happens to it after this. I'm going to revamp the channel a little bit. The Coachman, probably, maybe for sale eventually. We don't quite know yet, but that is a nice Catalina Coachman RV. Is a 87, and I haven't really ever used it. It's sitting in our yard longer than the Mustang actually, and this was the first thing I wanted to get going. The Coachman's ready to rock and roll. I could drive it right now, but I found out it's got a transmission leak on the pan, so I'll probably have to do that first in order to start driving it here and there, just work the bugs out if I want to. But this is road worthy. I would drive this anywhere right now. It is a solid, good car. I can't complain. Besides having an extra person in the car, when you do, the bumps are a little bit kind of rough because the suspension's been lowered, so that's part of that. But anyway, I was just giving you up and up. 98 Mustang's good, up and rolling. I want to tell you a little bit about the Pete. Sorry I haven't been informative on the channel here lately. I've just been so busy trying to sell this, as you see in the background, this wonderful home. This was my home. I will do a tutorial once everything is all out of the house, everything is gone, and then we'll eventually do a video as soon as we get our new home, and we'll tell you on probably a weekly basis, try to do a video on a weekly basis, maybe a vlog, as maybe a husband and wife thing, because now I'm with Honeybee now, so Honeybee might be a part of the channel a little bit. She might help me do videos and stuff in the background. That damn watch keeps going off. But anyway, the thing is that, you know, I'm home now, so family is the most important to me, and we're going to be having a new living situation. It's going to be interesting, so stay tuned for that, y'all. You have a great, wonderful day, and anything's possible. You know, I say that all the time, and all things are possible, because Jesus said it himself, right, that all things are possible. I made this possible to finally get it done. It's been a goal for me for a few years since I've had it. I've just been so busy with my life and being a truck driver, I forget what's important. Family and getting things done. You spend too much time on the road, then you forget what's at home. So tonight, if you see this video, make sure you call up your loved ones and say, hey, I'm thinking about you, I love you, and God bless you. And you know, God's trying to work towards helping me get myself going in the ministry, maybe. Whatever God provides, I want to accept it. So I have a great, wonderful day. Just remember, all things are possible. And also, thinking about changing the YouTube channel name a little bit so it's a little bit easier to find. we're thinking about calling call it the possible B, the letter B. Okay, so it makes it sound like you're saying possibility, right? But it's what does it sound like, Heather?
Possibly.
Possibly. See, you heard her. It makes it sound like the word possibly, but it's tricky. But we're saying the possible B. It's a trick name, and this is trademarked by Busy Bee himself. So no trademarksies. Anyway, y'all have a great and wonderful day. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go inside, pack some more crap because we're trying to get moved in about 2 weeks or less. We got like a week. We gotta move. We've had a lot of waiting going on. We almost didn't get our home, but our home is almost secured. You know, we got a little bit of pullback, but I guarantee you're gonna love our new home, man. It is the bomb diggity, and you're gonna say, now that's redneck fabulous. That's for you, Rambo. So we'll catch you later. Peace and God night later. God bless, and all things are possible. Mustang time. Oh yeah.